Hey guys, this is Karthikeya Kantwal from Apex FinServe, and well, what seemed like an awfully long break, I am back, and this time hopefully for real. Now, I will not be able to make the daily videos as I used to back then because of other work constraints. The schedule is simply too tight for me to actually do that. But the expiry analysis should be back on track with hopefully some weekend knowledgeable or at least informational videos in the pipeline. Without wasting much time, since I have already wasted enough of it, we're going to start quickly with the equity watch list for tomorrow. Now, the first trade that I have planned is on M&M, which is clearly not doing much as of now. I see no structural interpretation from it whatsoever, aside from it being in a range. I had one strong swing leg, after which it hasn't made any strong higher lows or lower highs. The significant swing high and the swing low both are still intact, but we're going to go for a long entry based on the minor structure and the strong buying pressure that was here on the hourly candle. The long is intended at close to an historical demand zone and sort of a round number as well at 850. Stop loss going in at 841 and ideal targets close to 1% on the upside. The second trade that we have is on TVS. Similar to M&M, there is no clear structure. It has been trying to form a structure, a higher low, and in a way, if you look at this swing in and by itself, you might say that it is forming a bullish flag or an uptrend continuation structure. So I'm going to take a bet on that one and go for a breakout based entry at long above 675, stop loss at 669, and ideal targets close to 1 or at 1.5% if the breakout is really strong on this one. Moving on to the third that I have is on Tata Steel. Now, Tata Steel is a chart that's similar to TVS in the sense that we were in a range, we tried to make a higher low formation, but over the last couple of days there has been a strong selling pressure on this particular chart, and the upside seems to be quite reluctant. So we're going to go for a significant swing based short entry, also a historical resistance level, and a mini supply zone of sorts at 1215 or 1215, stop loss at 1227, and ideal targets 1% at least on the downside. Around 1200 would be a good bet, as that would be a strong support at that point. The fourth is on Biocon. This chart too is similar to TVS in the sense that you do have a big up move followed by a short correction, and at this stage it does sort of look to be a continuation or information of a fresh higher low structure. But the pullback at this point does indicate a reluctancy of people who are participating to hold on to their longs in a way, because this high is still lower than the prior swing high. But unless it breaks the swing low at 392 or 390 on the downside, we can't really invalidate the structure as a whole. So just to be on the safe side, instead of going for shorts near 405, we're going to go for shorts near 410. Stop loss at 415, ideal targets 1% on the downside. The final equity chart that we have is on Sun Pharma. Now this is the exact opposite of the cases that we discussed on Tata Steel and Biocon. This is a chart where upside did happen, and role reversal also seems to be something that's already happened here at around 860. So we're going to go for a long based trade, or not a long base, we're going to go for a clear long trade there, anticipating that this level of 860 to 856 will hold with the stop loss at 852. This can go both ways, because after the strong up move, the selling pressure, it was quite unanimous in nature, as we can see from the long red candles, whereas the buying wasn't really constant in nature as such. But I guess we'll see how it goes tomorrow. Now moving on to the favorite part of the videos that you guys seem to like so much, the indices after quite some time. Starting with Nifty for tomorrow. Now one change on the charts is that was 15 minutes, that on equity was 1 hour. Here we'll be using 15 minutes because it's more or less strictly intraday approach on the expiry days, for me at least. Now on Nifty, we have a clear, decisive, important level of around 17,400 to 17,200, but that's quite a wide range for intraday based trading. So if you are one of those aggressive option participants, I would suggest that you can look for quick short entries near 400 or quick long entries near 200. Anything between that for directional trades isn't really something that that tickles my tummy in a way. If you want to look for breakout trades, you can go for longs above 17400 or shorts under 17200, targeting at least a quick 80 to 100 points. Talking about the option chain, I have immediate resistance at 17400 as on the charts too, with around 2.5 or 2 million added contracts. Significant at 17500 with 2.6 million added contracts. Support side is at 17300 with 2.1 million added contracts. Significant at 17200 with around 420,000 added contracts. So breakdown under 17200, breakout above 17400 seems to be a safe bet. Again, if there's a gap up or gap down above or below these zones, then please wait for a role reversal based confirmation or at least an interaction of these zones and tomorrow's intraday candles. The PCR of volume for Nifty comes to be around 0.91, which puts it in the moderately bearish category. It's not bearish enough for me to just completely avoid longs, but it's just bearish enough to keep me into a short preferring mindset. Alright, now moving on to Banknifty. From a structural standpoint, we don't really have much to go on here. We have a lot of gap ups, gap downs. The only clear structure that we had was in the form of a minor high low structure all the way till 39,300, which had a starting point of around 36,400. Apart from that, nothing really conclusive from a structural perspective. However, from the zones side of things, we can strongly say that 37,800 से लेके 38,300 तक there's not much action. I would prefer going on a breakdown based trade near this swing low or above this swing high. I don't know if you can see this. We have something like this happening right now. So as of now, this and this holds quite a lot of importance for me. Break off the swing high on the top side can bring a decisive up move. Break off swing low on the downside can bring a decisive down move. However, the caveat here is that the breakout or the breakdown must not happen in a gap up or gap down scenario, because that is something that I personally don't trade at all or whatsoever. So this zone, if it opens right flat, then this is somewhere I can take aggressive trades. However, if it doesn't, then I will go only for a interaction trade around 37,500 or 38,300. In the middle of that, no directional trades whatsoever. Maybe a little option selling, non-directional here and there, but no option buying for me in the middle at least. When I talk about the option chain for Bank Nifty, I have immediate resistance at 38,300 with 680,000 added contracts. Significant at 38,500 with around 865,000 added contracts. On the support side, I have 38,000, a big fat round number. Well, the candles are already well under that, but still the option chain says we have around 490,000 added contracts. Significant at 37,800 with 425,000 added contracts. However, the PCR is 1.08, which is actually the most bearish I have seen in quite some time, at least a couple of weeks. It does give us a hint, at least since the PCR of volume, at least the option buyers don't really see an up move happening anytime soon. Same is reflected in the lack of strength in the supports that have been written at 38,000 and 37,800. So maybe if we fall under 37,600, 37,550, we might see 37,000 tomorrow. Or if we rise above 38,000, or if we can at least sustain above 38,000, we might see touching of 38,300 tomorrow. If neither of these swings are broken, if neither of these zones near these swings are broken, it might as well be a sideways day, and the option writers can call it a day. Now this marks the end of today's expiry analysis video. I'll be sharing the written formats of the option chain analysis, the equity watch list, and these charts as well on the Telegram channel at @ApexFinServe. Let me know in the comments below if you are happy or even if you are not with the fact that I am back, and I'll try my best to keep on uploading regularly. Make sure you leave a like and of course add a comment to the video, anything you like, and subscribe to the channel. Press that bell notification icon as well. As always, I hope you have a wonderful, green, exciting trading session tomorrow at the expiry. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good night. Bye.